So, very good morning here on one of the last days of this week, guys. We are on a Thursday here on Wolf of Dubai. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, let me know in the comments where you are watching from, okay? Because this is super interesting. We have people here already from Las Vegas, our member Ronnie Freyer. Then we have Portugal, we have Canada, Ecuador, we have Belgium, Spain, our other member Angels CS 32. We have Netherlands, we have Belgium and Romania. So a lot of people here from Europe as well as from the other sides of the world. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you are wondering what is the membership, make sure to check out the join button below all my videos and live streams, and you can get access to the most beautiful community out there, guys. You can support the channel, you can get access with the Real Wolf membership to our Discord chat group, and only then. And also the last but not least, Platinum membership, there where you can get access on 101 with me. So very interesting if you want to check it out. And I want actually to have a look into today's agenda, guys. So what is today? What we are talking about is obviously breaking news, okay? There's a couple of breaking news that we will talk about, which is super fun. We will talk about the Apple stock, obviously, because yesterday we smashed that $2 trillion mark. Then we will talk about Virgin Galactic, guys, and we will talk about Tesla, and we will talk about, because it's a Thursday, about the jobless claims, because it's a very important factor that is actually, you know, bringing either the stocks down or up, and sometimes nothing of both, right? But I think that what is important, guys, to understand that we could see now a market sell off a little bit. The Fed is doing their job in giving us a little bit of, let's say, not so good news, not so good outlook. That's why the futures must be a little bit bad. We will have a look into that as well. So without further ado, guys, always make sure that you stay hydrated, especially in the summer months. This is always super important. Okay, so let's dive in to the good news first, okay? So China and the US are actually meeting for some further commerce talks. And this is always good, because what the market doesn't want is uncertainty. And this is something that is bringing a little bit uncertainty out of the market, and this is obviously good, depending obviously on good talks. You know, if their talks end bad or in a bad way, then obviously this will be bearish for the market, and therefore you need to see always what is the outlook on that. As you remember, you know, just a couple of years ago, this trade talks heavily weighted on the markets. Every day there was some good news or bad news, mostly bad news, until there was good news. We have the deal. So it's fun to watch, and definitely impact the markets. And on the other side, the bad news, the Fed officials expect that the Rona will weigh heavily on the economy. Okay, so there is some. You have to imagine that the federal representative of the different kind of banks in the US are meeting, so New York and so on, and they are meeting and discussing the economy and the impact of the local economy and the overall economy of the US, and then they are writing down some minutes of meetings. Now, these minutes of meetings are all public information, because everyone can have a look on those, and they are published by CNBC and so on. So by these minutes, you can see what the really on the top of the economy chain are looking into the economies and then he basically write it down, and this is basically what we are seeing now, and therefore they are seeing that it's weighed heavily on the economy, which is obviously not a bullish sign, and that's why the futures are dropping, which is something that always happens when news by the Fed, when they use this bearish saying on the economy. Obviously this is never good, right? If this Fed guys are on the very top on something, then it's definitely not good for the stock market, and this is actually what we're currently seeing. Okay, so we see a slight sell off here in the futures. So the S&P is losing about 0.5%. Dow Jones is losing about also the same basically, and then also the Nasdaq. So it's depending how the market, how strong the market really is. This will be showing us in the next couple of days, and we shall see if the jobless claims, which we will discuss in another slide here, will give us maybe some backup if the numbers are good. Okay, so this will be important for today. On the other side, let me have a look into the comments again, if we have some new people joining here. So we have some people from Belfast, Spain, Chicago, Israel, Los Angeles, Sweden, UK, Palestine, and what else? There is Ronnie Freyer asking, will the new coming space ETF help spark Virgin Galactic space stock? We will get to that when we're talking about Virgin Galactic. And what else do we have here? I need an investor. Good news. Then here is some questions. How old I am? What do you think, guys? How old I am? I just posted a video that I got 30 this year. Okay, I got 30. There is someone saying Danny is 43. Do I look so old, guys? Fantastic. Okay, so Singapore and Brazil is also in the house, which is fantastic, obviously. Okay, so let's continue in the stream by having a look into Apple, guys. And Apple is something that is a fantastic value stock. It was actually my very first stock. I remember buying it when it started to grow. I was seeing everyone with an iPhone, and this is always a fantastic investment method. If you see something happening on the market, in the streets, people using Starbucks coffee, people using Apple phones, everyone is crazy about those Apple phones. The Apple phones are super innovative. This was the case, back when the iPhone 2G was released and 3GS was released, right, with the new release of 3G. Then we had definitely the 4G, which was revolutionary as well. And then, hopefully this year we will have a 5G iPhone. I definitely buying it. I need a new iPhone. So I will order it as soon as I can. And then we will see another evolution. I think Apple will develop into a service/software company-ish. I think hardware in the case of a mobile phone will have a declining future, obviously. So Apple definitely have to look into the new horizon, and it seems that there's the service. They started with music, they started with TV, they started with iCloud, they started with games like arcade, right? They started with Apple Pay or the payment services with the credit card. So you can see that the focus is also to giving you some services or subscriptions that you can use every single day, and they will, I think at one point that maybe you will get the iPhone for free. Okay, but you need to pay for the services for at least, let's say, 2 years for all of the services. Okay, so you have to use or you have to pay, Apple Pay, Apple Music, and so on. So it's basically something like $50 or $60 per month, and you have like all the subscriptions, and you are paying this, and that's in the end of the day, that's also $1,200 for the phone, and you keep on using it, right? It's like an accruing turnover for Apple. So let's see if this will be at someday a future. I have seen that you or Apple is planning or calculating already what would happen if we would do some subscriptions, even hardware subscriptions, right? What will happen if we are giving you the phone for free, but you have to pay, I don't know, $10 for the phone every month as long as you're using it, and all the other subscriptions, so you come to this maybe even $100 per month, right? And what would be nice about that, if there would be also all the costs, mobile internet included, this would be absolutely fantastic, right? I think this use or this monthly use showed us that it worked in cloud business. You remember, some might remember, Adobe was one of the first companies out there that introduced that, right? They had this very, very expensive software. You had to pay the software, I think it was like $1,000 for the software one time purchase, and now they change it to, I even use Photoshop for my thumbnails, right? And I pay like, I think $10 per month, so I easily, I don't care about the $10 because it's helping my business. But on the other side, if you're thinking about you had to spend $1,000, that's obviously, totally different case. So I think, if we are using something on regular basis, then this subscription with monthly payment a la Netflix, a la Adobe or cloud services is definitely something that is the future of so many businesses. So I'm super curious how we can go forward. But as of now, fantastic value stock. If you're using a stock that you want to hold forever, maybe it's Apple for you. So for me, definitely, if I would look into forever stocks that I would give to my grandchildren, it would be something like Apple, Tesla, things like Disney maybe also, right? So you can see that there is some big value in this kind of stocks, and I congratulate for everyone who is holding obviously Apple, because it's absolutely fantastic company. So let's have a look into what's happening next. Virgin Galactic, guys. I know some of you are a little bit worried, but I'm super happy. In just a couple of days, I can purchase a couple of $1,000 worth of Virgin Galactic stocks. And I'm so happy that instead of 27, I just pay $17. Imagine that, guys, okay? If you are going into a supermarket, or let's talk about, you want to buy your dream car, okay? You are very, very convinced that this is the right car for you, and you're going there and you are seeing the car costs $250,000, and you say, it's a super nice car, but you wait until you have the funds, and then you're going back, just after a week or so, or after 4 weeks, like here the case after a month, and the car costs $150,000. Would you be happy, or would you be sad? I think you would be the first one. I think you would be very happy. So I'm quite fantastically grateful that I can buy so much more stock for the same amount of money, right? Because fundamentally nothing changed for the company. They're still going into space. They're still working on it. It's clear that engineering sometimes needs delays, and if someone ever worked in high engineering fields, then that it's absolutely normal that delays are happening because some problems or challenges have to be overcome. But when it's out there, then I think we will have a lot of fun with this stock. So as you can see, I'm very happy. I will buy more, and this will be in the next couple of days. Okay, but this is just the case because I waiting for some funds to be ready for invest, and therefore I'm investing in a couple of days. I'm sharing this usually with my Discord chat as well, so make sure to smash the join button below all my videos and live streams, because there you can get all the information to become a member in our community, and it's fantastic value. Absolutely. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure to thumb up this video as well, right? This is very appreciated. Rambo will appreciate that. And also my Instagram, if you haven't yet, make sure to follow on Wolf of Dubai Danny. And I want to go into another stock that is also quite interesting, and this is Tesla, right? I mean, let's look into Tesla. It seems now, obviously, also with a slightly market sell-off, that we see some, let's say, lower levels. I don't know if we will go back into, below 1,500, but, if the market is pressured, we see obviously a slight pressure on those Tesla stocks as well. As you can see here, also in the futures right now, we see that the futures are tried to go a little bit up and then going down to new levels. So I'm very curious how today's market will be after. It's totally normal, guys. This is crazy. It's $350 billion, guys. I remember when I was talking about the stock back in summer 2019 on this channel. This was one of the first stocks that I really, promoted heavily. That is, it was about $38 billion. Okay, so 10 times you could make your money if you are joining this channel already since the summer of 2019. Make sure to subscribe also if you're new here, okay? This is also very important. So it's totally normal, guys, if we have some all-time highs in Apple, in the S&P, in Tesla, that if we have then a downturn period of, let's say, a few days, that we see a downturn, and then potentially it goes back up if the overall framework allows it to go further up. So I think that this will be quite interesting. For sure, Elon Musk is super happy about his current development with Tesla stock. I feel that this dance was already a fantastic sign that the stock will go further up. Otherwise, this would be quite fun. Let's talk quickly about the weekly initial unemployment claims. Okay, so we started in April with 6.9 million, which was absolutely insane, guys. It was quite crazy, and as you can see, the chart is going into the right direction. Obviously, with time, more and more people are not claiming for unemployment benefits, and this is a trend that we would like to see further, right? I mean, it is what it is. Rona is here. We cannot change it, but we definitely want to make sure that we going and in keeping up in this direction. I'm heavily, convenient that we can overcome this, and then we will see new higher levels And I believe that there's a saying or a very wisdom by Peter Lynch, one of the biggest investors ever, right? A very successful hedge fund manager who said the market, doubles every 8 or 9 years, so this will not change. And as you can see, it's even going up during the biggest pandemic since a couple of decades, right? So you can be very positive on the stock market on overall, right? If you don't even want to bother, picking the right stocks, just go with the S&P 500, right? I mean, you could have 30% discount on the S&P 500, and now we are at the new all-time high, and therefore quite interesting what will happen here with the economy. And make sure to follow my second channel as well, link into the description. And now, before we closing, let's have a look into the chat here. Okay, so let me know the question. So Ronnie Freyer, our member, was asking if space, if it's going into ETF like the spec, if this help Virgin Galactic stock. Yes, this will, you have to understand, or someone have to understand, that if a stock gets into more and more and more ETFs, which I talk about today. I'm talking about today in my daily vlog later on in a couple of hours, that we are definitely going into something that ARK Invest is buying more and more. So very interesting vlog later on. And I have this great opinion that as more ETFs out there buying specific stocks, as more the stock can rise, right? It's all about demand and offer on the market, and therefore that's a very natural thing. Then I will check out your music if you, because then we had the age question, and then there are some people that owning Wolf of Dubai coins. Just for those who are not understanding the joke, there's no Wolf of Dubai coin, okay? Not yet, okay, not yet. So we never know. Then there's questions about the climate change, people pressure on Virgin Galactic. I think the impact on the environment by just shooting a handful of people into space is very, very low. Okay, you don't see that airlines that bringing so much more pressure on the environment than Virgin Galactic will ever be. That just because of that we see different kind of important how you call it, strikes or punishments or so on. So I'm not worried about that. That shouldn't be anything that would be bearish. Okay, so we have people from Bahrain here as well, Singapore, Brazil. What else do we have? So Raphael is saying Samsung will kill Apple. Well, Apple, Apple has a fantastic standing with a lot of companies and people and customers, because the quality is just so incredible high. They're making software and hardware together and so on. So I think Apple will be around for another decade, guys. Okay. There will be the iMacs with the Apple chips. This will be very interesting. Yes, that's absolutely true. And then what else do we have? Facebook. Yeah, Facebook will be the big questions over the next couple of years, how the regulations will be, right? Facebook, otherwise, it's a fantastic value stock as well. So what else do we have? I think that's it. I think that, oh no, we have more here. So we have people from Senpai here even, okay? So Senpai is definitely night by now. There's a question about Spotify. Spotify is, I'm not using Spotify. I'm using Apple Music, so I cannot judge the product that much. But obviously, it's something that is definitely interesting as well. Also a growth stock. So then there is Square, also a very nice growth stocks out there. PayPal, people are investing here in PayPal, and Starbucks. Starbucks is also quite of a value company, good returns over the last years. But I'm focused on, or mostly focused on, the stocks that can 10x your money, that will innovate, and those companies are companies like Tesla or Virgin Galactic, or some new that we will share here on this channel. So thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure to smash that like button. Follow me on Instagram, Wolf of Dubai Danny. I'm posting there behind the scenes a little bit about my life. So if you're interested about that, make sure to do that. And don't forget the second channel, guys. Otherwise, you will miss so much content if you don't subscribe to the second channel. Do it right now. It's the link into the description. And I wish you a fantastic and healthy day, and I see you later with a brand new vlog. Thank you very much. Stay safe.